And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Let everything to settle down as it is. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this meditation session, we mainly going to practice samatha and tranquility, samatha meditation, tranquility meditation, and another way it called chitta bhavana, and another way it called samatha mental culture, and also then we go to vipassana. So you have to be very clear with the samatha and vipassana how these both meditation techniques work together and why we have to practice it together. And sometimes there are teachings, there are people practice without tranquility meditation, they directly go to the samatha. But samatha is kind of like a mental foundation, and you make your mind more usable, and you make your mind more sharp and clear to develop analytical observation. So when it comes to the mind, mind has no structure. Mind doesn't have any kind of formal way to behave. Only thing is, so whatever in the present moment, whatever the condition that you develop within your mind, thought pattern, so the mind start to go with it. It's same like, as example, it's same like the water. So whatever the bottle or the cup or the bucket or anything. So whatever the things that hold the water, water has ability to get according to that environment, and the water get the shape according to that. So the mind also the same. So the mind doesn't go with, there is no kind of like a human mind always busy. Our mind is not always busy. It's not kind of like your mind always calm. It is not always calm. The way you behave, the way you maintain, the way you feed to your mind, and your mind start to go with it. That's why through meditation, then there is a possibility for us to calm down. Because if the mind itself, the nature of the mind is that busyness, then how you can calm down? Because then there is no possibility that yourself to make your mind calm down. Why? Because it has the inherent nature to be busy. So another thing is the in the mind deeply, it doesn't itself calm down. Then why the mind become busy? If the mind itself calm down, then there is no possibility to mind become busy. So then what you have to understand? So the mind go with the moment, the whatever the condition of the thoughts and the mind and the behavior of our body, the mind go with it. So then when it come to tranquility meditation, in the beginning what we does, we just trying to settle down in one place, and we take it as a primary mental object. So the mind always need the object in the beginning for tranquility meditation. But in the vipassana meditation, you no need the object. Vipassana meditation, you go with the dharma or the nature. So in tranquility meditation, you need the object. So that's why we follow our inhalation, exhalation. So when it comes to that, in front of your nose and your upper lip area, and observe the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. And at the same time, remember, don't think that I inhale or I exhale. Because there is something. When it comes to vipassana level, you recognize why it is, because there is no I deeply. And there is no, it is not you doing it. It is a bodily action itself happening. So then allow it to happen. So this bodily action, mostly this what is happening, it slowly pull the air and push the air. That is what happening. It's a kind of like the behavior according to necessary conditions of this entire process. So then allow it to happen, and don't think about it or don't try to maintain it. So don't interfere with its natural process. Just allow it to happen. And when it happen, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. And also follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation as a second step. And when you follow that, knowingly this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. And from there, you may see some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like that. So that way, this process will help you to settle down in the moment. So when the mind get out of the past and the future, the itself mind become clear, because there is no greed or the hatred, and the delusion can arise in the present moment. So the present moment mean it is not a moment that you can settle down. It is a process that you always observe, recognize and observing and go with it. So once you settle down with that, from there we go to Vipassana meditation. So in the beginning, now you just observe the surface level of details with the inhalation, exhalation. But when it go to Vipassana level, in this Vipassana level, whatever the sensation arise with the inhalation or exhalation, you're not going to see it or categorize it as inhalation or exhalation. You just take it as a sensation. In that very moment, you get out of the dualistic mind. You get out of the separating things, or you get out of the comparison deeply, because inhalation, exhalation, and it lead you to long, short, heavy, soft. This all come out of the conventional mind. In the beginning, we need that. Otherwise, how you can get out of it? So as example, you are in a cage. If you don't know there is a outside, or you have to get out, you believe that inside the cage has everything. So like that, this conventional way of practicing the samatha, you recognize this inhalation, exhalation, beginning, middle, end, and this all the details. Then you know about it. Then when it comes to vipassana, it is become very easy for you to go more deeper and not to tangle with the, the surface level of details. So when it comes to Vipassana level, just get into the sensation. That sensation can be here or anywhere in the body. So whenever the strong sensation arise or feel, just get into the sensation, don't categorize it according to the place, according to the nature, according to the environment, don't categorize it. So once you categorize, you put a label, you put a name on it. So as example, shoulder pain. And then once you come to the shoulder pain, mainly the, the important part become the shoulder. Then you're not going to recognize the pain. Another thing is the headache. So when it comes to that, important part become the head, not the pain. So that's why you cannot get and recognize it. If you name it, knee pain, back pain. So once you put the name, what will happen? Suddenly, the name becomes second. So the pain becomes second, and the whatever the place become first. So that's why don't put a name according to the whatever the sensation. Just take it as a sensation. That's it. And observe. And that will help you to recognize the sensation always changing. The changing itself, it is not that it doesn't have any kind of desire or plan to behave like that way. And even the experience of yourself also, it is not you doing it. It happen itself according to the necessary conditions, cause and effect, causality. So dependent origination. And the other one is that the whatever the sensation or the pain or the emotions arise, it always have the unsatisfactory nature. There is no place or no moment to settle down. The moment by moment, we keep running behind, we keep running, chasing, looking for something. Just see with the feelings or the sensation, how deeply your entire nerve system, your body, your mind, your thoughts, everything, always running. It's like a current. Just deeply observe and you will see it. It's like the current go with the water. You cannot separate it. It is not the current come from something else. No, the water itself create the current. But at the same time, when you see the water, you don't see it. So like that, when we say, I like it, I hate this, I want this, I don't want this. So like that, this resistance and the desire, this everything arising with the feelings or the emotions or the desire in deeply this unsatisfactory nature hold everything as current. So observe it. Just let it be. See it. And selflessness within yourself or the within the experiencer or the object or the whatever the sensation or the pain, the itself doesn't have any kind of self, or even it is not the somebody or that the something hold or govern, that the whatever the sensation arise wherever in your body, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, it is not someone else wish or the command or the demand. It is just happen according to the necessary conditions. Even the feelings arise within yourself also not happen because of somebody or something. That is a very, very sharp place that you have to recognize, because mostly people people couldn't understand this. That's why even that the mostly when it come to our inner experience, mostly we give it to something or somebody, and suddenly it can happen. Even when it happen, we have no power to accept it and observe it, because we already giving it to something, and then we just think it because of something or somebody. Even it can happen because of the planetary system, it can happen because of the the whatever the wish that you had with the whatever the believing that you went through. So like that, you don't look into it. Because of that, you don't see the cause and effect. But when it comes to vipassana, keep the newness in your mind, freshness new in your mind, and just allow things to happen itself. But at the same time, whatever you experience, and see the change, impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness within the sensation, and at the same time, the experiencer itself also change according to the moment by moment that we go through. So that's mean five aggregates: form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. These all five aggregates, moment by moment, moment by moment change. So let's practice a little bit. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body, and remember to keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line. Bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself 3 times and say Suapatveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also, think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And when it happens, just recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. If your mind is busy, don't worry about it. Just keep attention to the sensation and let your thoughts to settle down with the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Bring a little bit more attention and follow the entire continuation of the inhalation and exhalation. Just recognize this is the beginning, the middle, and end of the inhalation and exhalation. You may experience some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just allow it and accept it and recognize. Keep your attention to the sensation. So don't categorize it. So whatever the sensation, just recognize it. And see the change in permanent and unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within each and every sensation or the feelings or the recognition or any awareness. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe, also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward to all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to this human life, always you have to remember this human life depends on qualities, character, and also when we look at the world, so whatever the situation arise, it can name as religion, religious, economical, social, political, or environmental. So whatever the situation arise as a problem or the difficulty, it always come as a result of lack of moral discipline, as a result of our lack of spiritual discipline or spiritual unbalance or moral unbalance. There is no any other place in this universe as far as that we can see, even though there are the concept and the ideas that we can live in another place, that ideas also nourish from this environment, because this environment giving us to power to see something beyond this. So this condition of the life this condition of the power giving us the opportunity to see something beyond this. So then you have to understand, when you become a human being, that nature giving you the strength or the wisdom to see and find another human being. But the thing is, mostly we forget that we have that nature. Even as example, when we look at the universe, or when we look at beyond our life, we forget the the strength or the wisdom that we carry within ourselves. Even when we look at the other planets or the other place to live, you don't see this planet giving you the strength and the wisdom and the energy, resources to look something. Maybe when you find something and you may giving a more higher value to that place and neglecting this place. So when it come to human life, when you come to the wisdom path, always remember, it doesn't matter whatever the future or whatever the moment, in this moment, that what you experience is the most important part. If you neglect that, it doesn't matter whatever the dreams or the whatever the desire or the whatever the plans that you have regarding the future or the next life. If you don't give the right value, or if you don't understand the the beauty or the strength or the power regarding this moment that you go through, then your future always going to become a chaos. So then it's very important to recognize who you are and where you are. So when it comes to that, our human life, the always remember yourself, it always depend on qualities. That quality is always with the self-understanding and self-responsibility. So then how much you put value on you. And once you put the value on you, and according to that, what you doing, even when it comes to meditation, how much strength that you put on you. Forget about the Buddha, or forget about the sutras, or forget about the techniques or the teachings. How much value you put on you. And according to that, the result going to change. So that is what in the beginning that the Buddha taught to the people. Because we always put higher value on outside things. And we waiting and we looking that something will happen to us by time, or maybe by believing or by following something. No, mano pubbangama dhamma. There is no argument, so there is no challenge for that. So your mind is the forerunner. The mind is the chief. So mind is the creator. So, but without looking the nature of the mind, or and neglecting the mind, if you look for something else, that what you see may not going to be the right. But the beauty is when you recognize, then when you understand the very nature of the mind, what will happen. So whatever you see, whatever you understand, and you going to see more and more deeply, and you're going to become more clear with that understanding. So then when it come to that, the quality of the life, it is you have to build little by little. That's why the precepts or the rituals or that ethics, or we call sila. So you have to, in the beginning, you have to slowly build up your life. Why? Because we have a lot of that unnecessary qualities accumulated from the history. So then now you have to clean it as much as you can. So at the same time, when you develop the wisdom, so it will help you to slowly get out of this all. And finally, you have to get out of the good and bad both. That bad, getting out of bad is something okay, but how about getting out of good and getting out of what you think what is right, and getting out what you hate is easy easy to even understand. How about get out of what you love? Because when you attain into enlightenment mean you get out of this all both. So then in day-to-day life, when you come to the qualities of the life, when you start to develop the qualities of the life, what happening, the very first thing happening, you get out of the self-centered mind. That is the beauty of the ethics. So when you start to follow the ethics, and it slowly take you away from the self-centered mind. So then you have to little by little. Overnight you cannot do it. One by one, you have to collect it. You have to practice it. You have to master the qualities within yourself. Then you have to look yourself, what you have done morning to now, and see where your mind went, what kind of things in your mind you had. So if you had that, and then what about tomorrow? And then this is going to happen tomorrow. So whatever the mindset that you had 24 hours today, and you're going to wake up with that. So what you going to that the with the whatever the condition in your mind, you're going to sleep with it. And while you're sleeping, what will happen? Deeply, the for that thoughts, that the seed, the desires, the current start to water it. And then when you wake up with that. So this is a continuation itself we call samsara. So then when it comes to samatha meditation, we try to settle down with one thought. Just the inhalation, exhalation. Not something big, just a very simple thing. You simplify your life to one breathing, one thought. So it is a skill. See how difficult it is. Because that is where the mind become more powerful and stronger. Because when you become sharp and clear with the clarity, and your mind become more usable. Another thing is that how that clarity come when you get out of things. So you just by praying, by wishing, dreaming, you cannot get out of things. Then what you have to do? You have to start to practice. You have to start to practice and towards the way that you want to go. So for that, the important thing then, start from now. Yourself deeply, you no need to tell to anybody. Telling to others, it doesn't make, any sense. So you have to look yourself and deeply, you have to decide yourself to Get clean yourself, purify yourself. Just dreaming, thinking doesn't work. So you have to get into the action deeply. Start with one thing. Don't start with many lot of things. Start with one. So for that, I'm going to give you a story. One time there was a thief. So one quality can destroy you and one quality can uplift you. One quality. And it can arise right away. You don't know how even it going to happen. But if it is there with you, if you keep doing or keep saying or keep thinking, it's going to come out of you. It doesn't matter good or bad. Mind doesn't know it is. Universe doesn't know it is. So whatever you're feeding, it's going to come. So there was a thief. And somehow in the village, people used to blame to him, and the wife used to blame to him, and children used to blame to him because he's a thief. Everybody knew. If something disappear in the village, everybody come behind that person. So even he didn't stolen, he is still that still people used to blame, and it kind of like disturbed him. So then he thought, this doesn't work for me like this way. I want to get out of this. But my nature itself, when I see something, I go for it. I want to steal it. If it is valuable, if it is nice, and sometimes I have no power to hold me. So what should I do? So then he start to ask for help. So then remember the very first quality. Spiritually, when you look for transformation or the change and start to look for the help. And you have to look for the help with the right person. So that is why in the Buddha's teaching, the Kalyana Mitra, the friend, whoever practiced the good, how you can find the person not increase your greed, hatred, or the delusion. And try to develop your loving kindness, compassion, and the wisdom. Keep that person as your friend. It doesn't matter your husband, wife, children, or the friends, or whoever next to you. If they try to increase your greed, hatred, or the ignorance, get out of that person as soon as possible, or one day determine yourself. Get out of that person. Don't go with that kind of people. Don't ask any help from that kind of people, because that is the formula that you have to follow when it comes to help. How you can find the help? Look for the loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and go with that. That is the current you have to follow. So then he start to look for help, and then people told, oh, we don't know how to advise you. There is a monk that you can go and ask him. So then far away in the middle of the jungle, there was a monk, forest monk, and he went there. And the monk asked, why you are here? So then he explained, I am a thief. I am so tired about this everything. So I want to change. See? So we go step by step. Until you get tired, you're going to keep doing things. It doesn't matter whatever. But one day, you're going to get tired. That is the day you're going to look for Dharma. Otherwise, so that's why when you try to change people, be careful. Just by telling them, maybe they're not going to understand anything. But there is a point come. They're going to get tired. That is the right moment. Otherwise, they have to have some kind of background or some kind of history to understand or listen, or somehow they have to look for something within themselves. Otherwise, you cannot help. Through this journey, one thing what I understood is we cannot help people like that way unless the person look for change. So look, this thief, and he now want to change. And then the monk told, oh, okay, if you want to change, then you have to. So you are a thief. If you want to be good, just stop stealing. Then you're going to be okay. So then this thief told, oh, Venerable Sir, the problem is I like to stop it. But the thing is, I have this nature myself. When I see something, I want to steal it. I cannot stop. I need help to somehow to stop this. So then monk told, okay. So then what you have to do, you steal something, you take something and put something little back and give back something. And like you practicing generosity. So you stealing and at the same time you giving something back. So this thief thought, oh, that is good because I can practice it. So that is mostly still in a large scale, still people do like that. Drug dealers, they help, they are more spiritual than, in a surface level, they donate a lot of things. And the thieves, they sometimes help poor people and doing a lot of generous campaigning. So this thief also thought, oh, that is good. I steal something and then give back. So then he start to get back to this path. So then he thought, okay, I can do it from today. I'm going to practice that. So then he was thinking on the way, he heard there are some diamonds in the palace. So then he thought, tonight I'm going to the palace and going to steal these diamonds. So what he did on the way, he came to the next to the palace and he saw there that the guards and everyone by evening, and he want to wait till night. So what he did, close by there was a tree, and under the tree he sat down and wait till dark. So the same day, the king, the wearing like a normal person, and came out of the palace and start to walk around the city and see how the people living, how the people do. And somehow on the way, he saw this man sitting under a tree in this dark. And he came and sat next to that person and had a conversation. And asked, what you doing? Oh, then he start to tell his story, what happened today. This thief start to tell, I am a thief. So I'm so tired about this. Now I look for change. Then I went to see this monk, and then the king asked, so what the monk told? So then the monk told, if you steal something, give back something, little bit give back to the owner. So that way you start to practice generosity. So then the king was so passionate about this story and told, I would like to see how you're going to do this. So this thief didn't know this is the king. He thought this is just an ordinary person. Somehow by the conversation, he got friend with this person. And he told, if you like, you can join with me tonight because I need some help also. Tonight, I'm going to go to this palace and there are some diamonds. So I'm going to take it. If you want to come with me. The king was so happy to see this, and king himself joined with him. And by the time at night, the both of them entered to the palace, And somehow this thief found out the place and opened the box and took out all the diamonds. And now king watching this and see he's seeing his own diamonds, they're taking this thief. And then this thief remembered the ritual that now he practiced and the monk advice. And he told, oh, I want to give something back to the king. Should not, it is not good to take everything. So what he did, he put a one diamond back to the place and closed the box. And with the king, he escaped from the palace, and on the way, he gave some little bit for the king and they share. And the thief gave his information also told in, so we are now friends, and in case if you need any help, I live in that village and come and meet me. So then they separate. So by the morning, now everybody got the news what happened last night, and somebody entered to the palace and took all the diamonds. And the king knew what happened, but still he didn't tell to anybody. So then the treasurer, and king called the treasurer and told, go and see what happened and take and see what we lost. So the treasurer went to the place and examined everything, and then he opened the box, the diamond box, and there was only one diamond. And he had a habit. So whenever he wants something, he just take it. He just take it and put it in his pocket. He didn't care about anything. It's like people who go to government office, pen, papers, books, files, staplers, scissors, glue, everything they whenever they want, they take it home. So it's little things. They don't even think about it. So even the pen, that whatever they keep writing after they finish, and they put it in their pocket. They think it belongs to them. No, it is belong to the government, but they don't care about it. So this treasurer used to be like that. Whenever he go to palace and he look something, he just take something and put in his pocket. So now he opened the box and he just saw only one diamond in that box. He thought, no one knows about this. Now everybody thinks that all the diamond disappeared. So what he did, he took that diamond and put in his pocket and came to the king and told that all the diamond gone. But the king knew there was one diamond. And the king again and again and again asked, are you sure? Go and look again. Go and look again. So this person told, oh yes, I look and everything clean and all the diamonds gone. I didn't find anything. And then in front of everybody, the king called his guard and kept the treasurer in one side and say, now he know where the thief. And he sent the message and the guard and took the thief also. And in front of everyone, the thief explained his story. And then the thief told, I put one diamond back there. And now in front of everybody, king that advised to search the treasurer. And the guard came and start to look all the clothes and everything, and they found one diamond hide inside him. So see what happened. One little quality that transformed the thief as a good person. And one little bad action transform the treasurer as a thief. So in conventionally, this is about the character. But when it comes to our spiritual practice, one thought, the one thought that we hold can take us to heaven or hell. Not these other universal powers. As you know, there are seen, unseen, many other energies, powers, strength, abilities in this universe. But your journey decided by one thought maybe. Are you aware about it? That is what you have to think. When it comes to Vipassana, you don't take any chance. That's why always I mention, keep the newness, freshness. You don't take any chance. Maybe with the good thought, sometimes behind that good, sometimes greed, hatred, anger, jealousy. Oh, you don't keep any kind of other abilities or the qualities as the desires. You completely make everything clear. How you can do it? Because by thinking about thoughts, you cannot do it. By thinking about thoughts, by thinking about, oh, this is good or bad or like that way, you cannot do it. Then how you can 100% clean everything and come out of this pattern of this all the behavior and start to come to the present moment. So that is the center. Start to come to the present moment. And from that moment, so start to get into the sensation. So that is the beginning. Once you recognize the sensation or the feeling, in that feeling, start to see the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. If you're able to recognize these three things, maybe in the beginning, you start with the present moment, and then you start to recognize and maybe impermanent or the unsatisfactory nature or the selflessness. But there is a moment come, little by little, if you start to practice impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness, these all three qualities, you start to experience as one in the present moment. In that very moment, your mind get out of the all the thoughts. And even whatever the thought arise, that thoughts cannot be as a thought. Because to become a thought, there should be a process. Become a thought and the become the power or go with the current, there should be a process. So if when you get out of that process, and how recognizing the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. So when you see that quality and the right away, the main, the current going to become neutral. How? It like this. When you see the shoulder pain, you don't see the current, you see the shoulder. So when it comes to impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness, and you don't see the shoulder, you see the pain. And even in deeper, you don't see the pain and you recognize that pain also impermanent, in selflessness, and in the unsatisfactory nature means there is no moment to settle down as a pain. So in that very moment, your mind get out of The thought process that we settling down, because we use the thoughts to settle down. We use the thoughts to find a place. We use thoughts to secure ourselves. But impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness take you out from that. And that is where your transformation happen. So it is a process, little by little, little by little, you have to practice. Get into this one thought of the process. So start to get into develop your qualities, and then when it become a profitable skills with the character, and then slowly you can get into the mind and you can work with the thoughts. If you cannot work with the body, how you going to work with the mind? So then in the beginning, start to work with the, the body. So that is what called discipline. That is what called the character building. That is what called the moral building. So once you develop that with the good qualities, in a certain level, you recognize how to work with the mind. That recognition will help you to go deeper and see the very nature of the mind. So that process will help you to slowly, rather than settling down inside the cage and get out of it. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ettavatacha ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.